So it's been quite a few months since the Great Guitar Build-Off finished, and in that time I've had a lot of other projects that I've been working on. It's now time to get back to the GuiTARDIS and do some upgrades that I've been planning. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want to upgrade is the surround for the infinity mirror. Although it was one of the most enjoyable parts of the build to make, using the ebony to match the fretboard, the corners are just glued together with super glue, so I'm sort of worried long term that it might be a bit fragile and could be damaged quite easily. So my plan is to make another surround, but this time out of aluminium. I think that'll tie in with the rest of the hardware on the guitar, and certainly when the lights are on, I think that'll be quite stunning. After that, I'm also planning on making a surround for the pedal. Initially, the idea was to have the circuitry built into the guitar, so it was only the knobs that would be showing through. But when I found this pedal, which kind of had that time travel theme anyway, and was blue, it was kind of perfect just to put in as is. But it kind of just seems like it is stuck in there a bit. So I think if I do an aluminium surround, it'll really tie all of those components in, and it'll look a lot more complete. And the other main upgrade is to fix the humbucker. You might have noticed in the assembly video that when I was testing it, it only seemed that one single coil was working, and that actually is the case. So I need to relook at that to see if I can, fix it, and if not, I might need to get another humbucker. At the moment it works, it's just like a low output single coil pickup, and that sort of means that the coil split switch isn't doing anything because it is really just in there as a single coil pickup at the moment. So as well as those upgrades, there's a few minor things to do as well. I want to see if I can put some kind of diffusing material just inside the crack there. When the lights are on, you can sort of see the wires and the edges of the battery. So if I get some kind of material in there, it hopefully will improve the appearance of it. Other little things, the edges of the fretboards are quite sharp, which I didn't notice too much when I was building it, but after now playing it for a while, you certainly feel it when you're playing it. And there's a couple of other little minor upgrades that I'll do that I'll just keep for a surprise at the moment. Well, they'll only be a surprise if I didn't include the thumbnail which shows the before and after with the upgrades. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. I could travel to the future to find out, but that's not much fun. So we can't see the full effect of the infinity mirror in the daylight, but you can certainly see that with the aluminium surround, it certainly works nicely with the rest of the chrome on the body. Very happy with that. So moving on to the surround for the pedal, I've decided to use 1.5mm aluminium for this one. Since it will be a bit smaller, it'll kind of create a bit of a step down between the two. This one here on the mirror is 3mm. So the plan is to make a surround that will show sort of some features of the pedal. I've made a few little templates like this. So that's kind of the idea that I'm thinking about. It probably will change when I start drilling the holes and shaping it, but that's kind of the idea, that we get some angles like we have on the mirror with some parts of the pedal showing through. So I think all I need to do is to start drilling and cutting and see what kind of shape that I come up with. So the process of making the pedal surround is going to be exactly the same as the infinity mirror. So let's just go from this to this. So it's time to have a look at the inside of the guitar and see if I can get this pickup working properly so that both coils are working. And while I've got the strings off, I'll just round over the edges of the fretboard as well. So just a bit of an indication where we're at before I pull the pickup out. When we look at the neck pickup, we have just under 8K, which is exactly where it is meant to be. When we go to the bridge pickup, we can see it's just under 4K. So that's one of the coils on, and the coil split, when I flick that, we get the same reading. So as far as I know, I've wired up the coil split switch accurately, and that's just following other diagrams and things. When we put it in the middle position, so both pickups, let's see what we get there. I think for some reason how I've wired it up, the pickups are out of phase when they're in the middle position, which is why I think the reading is a lot lower. But I'm not really an expert on electronics, so we'll just have to see what happens. So I can get 8K resistance by connecting a couple of the wires, but they seem to be different wires than in the wiring diagram. And I know that the Fender pickup has different colors anyway than other brands, but it is a bit unusual. So I think at this stage I'm going to put it back in the guitar and just try different wiring arrangements, and then hopefully I will get the arrangement that will work. Okay, so after a bit of trial and error, I think I've got it. So let's have a look. Firstly, the neck pickup, just to make sure everything is working. Neck pickup just under 8. Let's go to the bridge pickup. Bridge pickup just under 8 as well, so that's the humbucker working. Let's coil split it. Just under 4, perfect. And then if we go to the middle position without the coil split, so just under 4K, so that's the middle without the coil split. And if we coil split that one, so I'm assuming all these middle position readings are as they should be. A bit lower because that's the single coil in action. So look, at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with that. Actually, I'm really happy with that. The humbucker is now working as a humbucker. It is probably the world's worst wiring job, so I'm going to put all that back together and cross my fingers that once I stuff it all in, that it is still working. So there we go. The GuiTARDIS has been fully upgraded, including the Tom Baker scarf guitar strap. Now I do plan on doing one more video in this series where I'll do a full demonstration of the sound with the proper recording. I'll just need to think of a song, or maybe even a theme song, where I could do a multi-track recording. I'll have to think about that. But I thought for this video, I'll just do a quick run through of the different pickup combinations since the pickups are now working as designed. And the sound for this one will just be recorded through the microphone on my phone. Okay, let's do it. So I'm playing through a Vox AC15. This is the normal channel first, just with a little bit of reverb. So now let's go through the top boost channel, and we'll have the gain at about 2 o'clock for this one. So that brings us to the end of this upgrade video. If you've liked what you've seen, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you all next time.